believe. Let's try this. I think that went well. I made a lot of progress with the castle, especially compared to the last video. So the top part of the walls is pretty much done except for the decorations, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. Now down here, I haven't done much, but you can see I'm starting to design the path around what is going to be the market. And I have a pretty solid idea for it. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to do down here, which means it won't take me long to build it up. Like, the hardest part in settlement building for me is to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. But as soon as I have a vision for it, I get it done in no time. So the first thing that I'm going to show you was suggested by a lot of people. A lot of people thought this would be a good idea, so I just ran with it. The idea was to turn this top part of the main gate into the overboss living area. So that's what I'm going to do. And thank you all for your suggestions. It really helped out a lot. So I closed it off with what would be the nicest raider walls. You know, like these would be the nicest walls that raiders would have for a living area. You know, it's not just like wooden, built up, scrappy looking walls. This is actual walls with windows and shit. So that's what I did in here. I'm going to decorate this whole thing. It makes a lot of sense too because he has access to his little crane thing for whenever he gives announcements. I'm going to put like all kinds of stuff around there. It's going to look really cool. And so since this is the overboss area, I filled it up, or surrounded it rather, with guard posts, which I'm just now realizing is like front center of this guy's ass. I gotta fix this. Could you imagine coming to work and getting stared down by this guy's ass just all day? No thanks. So we have that guard post, we have this one, and then we have this one. So the overboss is well protected, but in case these guys don't do their job, I got another one right here. And I'm really excited for this one because this was the most, or at least what I think, the most Raider-esque design that I've done so far in this build. It has that Mad Max kind of vibe to it, and I'm learning that with Raider builds, it's all about the structure. The decorations are not really the main focus. Like, look at any Raider location that Bethesda has built, and you can tell that the primary focus was on the design, not the decorations. So kind of like in here, this is where they hang out during their breaks, and you can see I just threw some lights up, and then a chair and some beer bottles. Like nothing crazy, it's really messy, but I spent more time making the outside look really cool. So this RV is going to be kind of like a small armory. It's going to be filled with weapons and armor and shit. And then up here is where the guard post is. So you have a nice view. Actually, it's a damn fine view. Look at that. You can see everything. And then there's a walkway on this side, so we have a few different ways to get around. I had two people suggest that I should put a huge fire pit into one of these corners, and I love that idea, so I did it. I love using effects like fire and the smoke over there and the power plant. It just brings the settlement to life. And all I did was throw in some wood debris, some pallets, and some other wood furniture that would burn pretty good. And what are you doing in the fire? What do we talk about? So I put in this crane and the controls in front of it to make it look like they can raise and lower the cages that are hung inside the fire pit. You know, so that they can put more people in the cages to watch them burn alive for entertainment. You know, this happens every time I build stuff and I don't think anything about it. It's totally normal until I do the video where I'm explaining what I did, and then I sound like a psychopath. Huh. I filled this whole side up with extra wood, like pallets and boxes and stuff like that, and then some chairs, beer, and gas canisters so they could just keep the party going, you know. And it was just completely different.
I'm just so hungry all the time.
Well, how is standing in fire helping with that? But yeah, I've mentioned this a few times. It's completely different style of decorating for me. It's really dirty and just kind of thrown together, but I don't know, it feels right. It feels right. I don't know, I'm learning a lot about myself with this Raider build. But thanks for the suggestions. I really hope you guys like the way that this came out. So this walkway is finally done. It wasn't that hard, I was just putting it off. And you can see I put this fence up around the arena, so I'm starting to section things off. It's all coming together. Like on this side is going to be kind of like a power armor workstation right there in the middle, whenever I get around to doing that. And then, and this walkway is just kind of circling around that. So you have a few different ways to get around. I want to show you this side because I added in a new building right here that leads to the water, I don't want to say plant, but this is where they get their water from. And I just love this building because, well, because it's slanted, and I did that on purpose, you know, because I thought it would look cool. I don't know. Shut up! So I didn't want this to look too put together, but I wanted them to have some believable way of getting water. So I just put this big ass water pump thing in the middle, and then just clutter and trash and mess all around it. Essentially, I think to myself, what would make sense to have here? What would they need? So I put all that down, and then I think, okay, how would raiders have this? And then I knock everything over and throw trash on it. This next part is what I've been really wanting to show you guys. Basically, I put down this huge airplane fuselage and built an industrial frame around it, and I have a feeling that this is going to be the coolest part of the whole settlement once it's all decorated. And I'll explain why. Oh, this is the bathroom, by the way. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I did this, or I had this in the last video, but this is the bathroom. It's a bit of a mess. We're working on it. So this whole area is going to be very industrial, right? They're going to have workbenches, and this is where they kind of create all their supplies that they need. And so on this side, I have the same kind of guard posts as I did from the first part, but I just changed it up ever so slightly, but you can see it's pretty much the same thing. I just liked it so much that I wanted to use it again. No, I don't think that's lazy. But here's where it gets good. So I set up these fire escapes to connect the different levels. I like having the ladder just hang right there. It reminds me of a fire escape, so that was on purpose. But this part is just going to lead to, I don't know, I'm going to probably fill this up with some storage maybe. But there's a path here that leads to the other side, and you see there's a fire escape over here, so it's all connected. No matter where you are, you can get around. And you guys know me, I like having so many different ways of navigating my settlements because I hate having to backtrack. You know, like turning a corner and going, oh shit, I gotta go all the way around the back. I don't like that. I don't like it. So I make sure to have plenty of options. And see, now we're up here, we have access to this top part. I don't know what I'm gonna do in this area, but I know it's gonna be kind of, it's gonna be like a worker, blue collar kind of warehousey vibe, I guess. I don't know. But the cool thing is, so it connects over here the same way as the lower levels, right? And when we go back through, you'll see that it's connected to the guard post over here. Now, like I mentioned, this guard post is just like the other one with a few minor changes, like the actual post faces this way. We can go to the RV on that side if we want to, or this side leads all the way down to the lower level of the fuselage. See? It's all connected, and I love it so much. I almost forgot to show you this part. So over here, I'm in the power plant, obviously, if you can't tell by the noise. But down this way leads to a big pier that I'm not done with. I'm going to have at least one building coming off of it, and a bunch of decorations. And, oh, here's our boats. Again, it's not done. It's going to look a lot better. That's all I have to show you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for what I should include in this build, please let me know in the comments and I'll give you a shout out. I have 2 more weeks before I need to get ready for Fallout 76 beta, so I'm hoping to have this build done by then. At the rate it's going, I'm sure I can make it happen. I'm thinking 2 more videos. We'll see how that goes. But thanks for watching. I recently updated my Patreon to include more tiers and rewards, so be sure to check it out for more content from me and to get the inside scoop of what I'm working on. I also updated my merch shop with a ton of new designs that I'm really excited for. I'm starting to focus way more on my Patreon and merch shop, so I really hope you guys enjoy it.